And good morning. Today we are introducing the Westland P.1056. This may be the single most expensive aircraft I bought, bar none. I literally every upgrade on the aircraft and all the equipment had to be purchased. Isn't that fun? Okay, so bottom line with this. Historically, there is little or no record of this aircraft at all. Um, I'm sure that World of Warplanes didn't make this up out of whole cloth, but even by their records, there's a one-liner. It says it was developed by Westland and abandoned in the preliminary stage of design, which tells me it never got. Somebody did a sketch of it and filed it away. Literally, there was a proposal that wasn't accepted, and that's where it stopped at. So we know nothing about the aircraft. um, okay, so it was a strike fighter, obviously ground attack aircraft would be my guess, and we are guessing. There is nothing in the uh, there's nothing historical to go by. There's nothing even close to historical to go by, except World of Warplanes. Good word that there is a design out there somewhere. Now they will send people out and actually do research, so they're not lying. All right, there was a design out here somewhere, and that's where they got the renderings from. It was from some sketches that were done, I would imagine. But the idea didn't go very far. So, any rational discussion on this or any related development on this is just a waste of time. Okay, so what we've done with the aircraft so far. Like I said, I purchased it. Couldn't wait to get out of the Hornet. Um, it's going to come with 2,000-pound bombers because I literally haven't taken the aircraft off yet. We're waiting for the first engine upgrade. This is as cherry as it's going to get. Okay, anybody that buys the aircraft can do this. Uh, the maximum you're going to get 520 DPS out of this. I'm sorry, 780 DPS out of this total, and then you can get 240 millimeters later, and it will be later because I obviously haven't flown the aircraft yet. And we're going to have to get some upgrades on the engine. Obviously, this isn't a terribly fast aircraft by any stretch of the imagination. And it doesn't turn very well. But, you know, it's like a lot of ground attack aircraft. It doesn't. I would imagine its performance. I haven't even checked this yet. It's not going to be terribly bad. I bet you can get to 9,000 feet with no problem whatsoever, maybe 10. So that's fairly good. Now this is also a Tier 8 aircraft, so you have to give it where it's due. Uh, I've been flying 9s, and I have some 10s out there now, 5 of them I think. And of course it fares very badly in comparison to any of those, but it's not a bad aircraft. Um, Gun armament's actually fairly spectacular, and they're all of an even armament, so you can make good use of it. And I've got the long bolt carriers on them. So we got a couple 1,000-pounders on that to start with. Survivability is 600, which is not bad. There are no airframe upgrades, which is fine with me. And to have one, you'd have to have something besides a paper project with a successor after it, which apparently this didn't have. So whatever it was, the proposal didn't fly very well with the Air Ministry. All right, so I have, when it comes to history on this aircraft, nothing. Looks to be fairly quick for its tier. Um, and that's literally all I can say. We're going to be going at this with as a boom and zimmer with some bombs. So essentially, as far as I'm concerned, this is a heavy fighter without the altitude. Let's take it to combat, see where we get at. I'm making no promises at all. I have no idea how this thing's going to perform.
Attention! You are entering the combat zone. Get ready for battle. Good luck.
Make sure I'm recording here. Embarrassing enough as it is. Alright. So you have a mining base fairly close. Maybe we can go get that.
You are approaching the front line. Off we go.
Well, I bet if I drop that pair of 1,000-pounders down on that factory, we'll get a... Let everybody know where I'm going. Whether they pay attention or not is another thing entirely. Well, we missed something there. Now, if I had some rockets left, that would be a good thing, but I do not, and there we go. Finished it up. Still have 80 seconds to go, so all I can really do here, there we go. Our compatriot there with the real ground attack aircraft got it done. Well, if we have one thing going for us, let's boost. Let's do our heavy fighter thing. I don't really need the flaps on slowing me down, do I? I'm not sure what this guy's deal is. He's just flying along. About 720 DPS should put a bit of a dent in anybody's ardor. Oh, good. Alright, we now have 3 bases. And we still have some altitude in hand. That's where it runs out, but that is more than enough to go after these RB-17s. And I finally have some bombs, and looky here. He just knows he's the fastest thing in the sky. And he is. Now you're not going to miss. He, by the way, has no better turning circle than I do, which should become obvious. Or he'd have killed me. Save your fellow pilots. Life you save may be your own. XF5U. Fine aircraft. I'm going to go ahead and go after this RB-17. And I see that our attack base is under attack. And we will do what we can to correct that.
Receiving reports about rapidly deteriorating weather conditions. Support will be unable to reach you. Do you read me? Over.
I have no wish to test the maneuverability or lack thereof.
There's a heavy storm here. Unable to proceed. Returning to base. Do you copy? The enemy is about to win. Push harder.
Yeah, maneuvering wise, this is going to just flat require some working with. Gun wise, if you're complaining about this aircraft, you got all sorts of problems, and the aircraft is the least of them. As I will demonstrate there.
Turn back. The enemy force is too strong.
That is an unmodified 1056. Pretty good aircraft. Even if it is made up. Sorry, historian came out. Alright. 7 aerial targets destroyed. Did 8,500 points of damage to ground targets. Good all-rounder. XF5U, Frank Buford. I assume he got that name from General Buford, Gettysburg fame. For those of you who do not know, he was the fellow that held the Gettysburg while the rest of the troops assembled and got smashed into from the side by Haste Division, and they went to Cemetery Ridge, and the Battle of Gettysburg was won by the Union, and it was also known as the high tide of the Confederacy. My salute to the fellow for knowing his history. Okay. Enough of that. Alright, as an aircraft. This is a good aircraft. You should have some fun with it, and I am going to remind you, it's not everything it's supposed to be yet, or even close. You've got 2 engine upgrades. Let's see if we can get an idea. No, we lost that feature on that. Yeah. Darn them. Anyway, you'll have to go to the website and play with the configurations. This aircraft does get faster, and you pick up a pair of 20 millimeters. Let's get the information on those. Effective range on those is going to be 2100. Rate of fire is 120 rounds a minute and 240 per second. And I about guarantee you they're going to be arky. Maybe not too terribly bad. And from there you go to the Gloucester 228. So this is going to be a fun aircraft. I think I'll enjoy playing this more. And please remember to like the video, to subscribe. Need all the subscribers I can get, and we'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.